The Smart Heritage is a multilateral transnational cooperation project co-financed by the Interreg VB Adriatic Ionian program, ADRIAN. The Smart Heritage cultural route connecting the faces of Europe follow the steps of 5 personalities that played an important role in European history, placed in Avia, Greece, Jerachi, Italy, Forli, Italy, Mostar, Bosnia-Herzegovina, Albania, and had a significant impact not only on the cultural identity of each region, but on the common cultural heritage of the Adrian regions as well. The Smart Heritage cultural route is an opportunity to follow the footsteps of Hercules, Dyrrhachium, Caterina Sforza, the Kosača family, and Roger I, learn their stories, and the impact that their lives had on history. The Smart Heritage project, through the cultural route and the digital applications, highlights the common cultural heritage of the Adriatic Ionian area and offers a new cultural tourism attraction. A unique cultural experience. Hercules was an ancient mythical hero and one of the most famous heroes of Greek and Roman mythology. Son of Zeus and a mortal queen, Alcmena, he was the strongest of all men. The glory of Hercules is exceptional. People loved him for the benefits he gave them and worshipped him as a god. Many temples were built and many festivals and games were held to honor him. According to Diodorus Siculus and Arpelodorus, the establishment of the Olympic Games is attributed to Hercules when he performed the labor of the Erymanthus Capricorn. His 12 labors have spread throughout the world. With courage, he killed the lion of Nemea, the Lernaia Hydra, and it is his courage that still inspires us today. Hercules is closely associated with Avia and central Greece, and visiting Avia will bring you a step closer to the hero and his legacy. Born in Thebes and died in Oiti. In the thermal springs of Oedipus, the goddess Athena asked the god of fire, Hephaestus, to bring warm, relaxing, healing waters to the surface of the earth so that Hercules could rest and regain his strength after his labors. His success in the archery games of the king of Oichalia, Eurytus, made him considered the founder of the games, which are organized in his honor both in Eretria and in Chalkidiki. At Cape Kenaion, in agony from the poison of the centaur Nessus, Hercules pushed his friend Lycus into the sea. The pieces of Lycus fell into the sea and Poseidon transformed them into Lycodonisia. Hercules is associated with the waters and hot springs. His personality, legacy, and adventures have influenced the local traditions and cultural heritage of the region. Grandson of Epidamnus and son of Melissa, the daughter of Epidamnus with the Hyun of the sea, Poseidon, Dyrrhachium was distinguished for his building and military skills, which led him to build the city, Dyrrhachium, did. According to mythology, it was the battle between Epidamnus and Dyrrhachium that decided who would be the owner of the city, while the question if Epidamnus and Dyrrhachium were 2 different cities next to each other, or if it was a single city and had 2 names, has puzzled the historians through the time. Nonetheless, Dyrrhachium is strongly connected with the city of Durrës, which was named after him and has influenced the city's heritage and cultural traditions. The toponym Dyrrhachium, in Albanian Dirahu, is a word that comes from Illyrian and that has the meaning of 2 paths. The most important construction of Dyrrhachium is the old port of the city. The port was very important for the civic life of that time and for Dyrrhachium itself, as the origin of his cult is from the world of maritime mythology. The port of Durrës is the largest port in Albania and among the largest in the Adriatic and Ionian seas. It is a strategic position about Corridor 8 for the transport of goods and passengers to the European continent. Caterina Sforza was born on an unspecified date, between 1462 and 1463, as is also the place where she saw the light. either Milan or Pavia. What is certain is that she was an illegitimate daughter, born from the union between the Duke of Milan, Galeazzo Maria Sforza, and the court favorite, the beautiful Lucrezia Landriani. It was with the charisma, the culture, the foresight, the determination, the passion for the arts, including the art of war. In one word, it was with her humanity that she emerged woman in a world made of men. Caterina Sforza is still strongly rooted in the popular memory of Forlì. All the streets around the fortress of Rivaldino, still affectionately called today by the inhabitants of Forlì, of Caterina Sforza, bear names that refer to characters who orbited her life story. Her presence still vibrates in Rivaldino today. Catherine's spirit is so tangible inside her fortress that she can be heard floating in the hallways and rooms, in the foyer and on the towers, in the corridors and on the stairs. On the 12th of January 1500, the fall of Rivaldino marked the end of Caterina's earthly power. However, that day corresponded to the beginning of her immortal legend. Between the cold mountains of the north and the heat of the south, along the karst area that descends towards the sea, lies the land of whom. One name of special significance stands out: Kosača. At the peak of its power, the powerful noble family of the medieval kingdom of Bosnia ruled all the land of whom. The region of Ljubaški is proud of the Herzegovinian tower. The tower and the town around it were built in the middle of the 15th century by the most prominent member of the family, Stjepan Vucic. The old town of Vidovski on Križe Vrch above Stolac was also in the possession of this great man. The building is surrounded by chains of stone towers and fortress walls. It belongs to the order of the largest medieval towns and is located at the intersection of important trade routes. Not far from the fortress Radimir, the most famous necropolis of Stečak tombstones is found. The tomb of the famous duke from the Kosača family, Vlatko Vuković, is located in the necropolis. Above the source of the river Buna lies the fortified town of Stjepan Grad. The capital of Kosača ruled during the reign of Duke Sandal Pranic and the previously mentioned Duke, Stjepan Vucic. Today, the former watchtowers of Blagaj offer a beautiful view of the Neretva Valley. The Kosača family ruled and acted in turbulent historical and political times, experienced numerous struggles and turmoil, and brought the last Bosnian queen, Caterina. With the arrival of the Ottoman rule and the fall of the Kingdom of Bosnia, the family weakens over the years and is slowly losing its influence. Nevertheless, to this day, the land of Hum preserves numerous traces of their rule. The cities they have ruled, the culture they have left, and the name they have given: Herzegovina. From a dusty history book that recounts the events of the Middle Ages, Roger I, the Great Count, of the illustrious dynasty of Altavilla, will immerse himself today in an enchanting dream, to rediscover Jerachi and its immortal splendor. The famous leader, who arrived in Calabria in the middle of the 11th century, retracing the places that still testify to his unstoppable rule, will be the noble guide among the alleys Geracizi. Every corner of Jerachi hides a disarming beauty that, since the lowest point of the country, the Borgo Maggiore, extends up to what was originally a small fortress, now called the castle. What makes it unique are the numerous churches, an indelible sign of a succession of dominations, which over time imposed themselves on the territory, as evidenced by Santa Maria del Mastro, the Church of Saint Francesco d'Assisi, and all the other sacred buildings located in various points of the town. The bombard and the many entrance arches, such as the suggestive Porta del Sol, still show the original military defense. But to capture the charm of every visitor is the Basilica con Cattedrale Santa Maria Assunta, majestic symbol of the entire village, a place of worship, history, art and beauty. Our common cultural heritage is at the heart of the European way of life. It is all over us in our cities, in our natural landscapes, and our archaeological sites. It is the literature, art, and monuments, the arts we learned from our ancestors, the stories we tell our children, the food we eat, and the films we watch. Cultural heritage defines who we are and strengthens our sense of belonging to a common European family. We all belong to a peaceful community with rich history and interconnected cultures. The smart heritage allows us to delve deeper into our traditions and into the monuments of the past. Through exploring and experiencing the common cultural heritage of the Adriatic region, their different identities, whether local, regional, or national, can enrich and strengthen each other and co-construct a European identity. Diversity is our wealth and strength.